Race number 5 at Ascot, it's also a 56 to 68 over the 1200 metres, and like the previous race, I think there's about a handful of these that are well and truly above the rest. I think there's only 4 horses that can win this race, and we will be going through those with my selections, but the horse that is definitely going to be the favourite and will be very hard to beat is number 2, Cool Passion here for Justin Warwick. Lucy Warwick to ride. We saw its class last start jump into the front leading, and this was a day where every horse ran on strong, but Cool Passion was able to lead from start to finish, beat Clobberetta by 2 lengths, and we'll take a look at that performance now.
Clobberetta, and a long last is gone digging, but Cool Passion, she hasn't moved a muscle on the hot pot. 200 left to go, and Cool Passion draws away from Disco Metal and Fireborn, Z-Fire Express. The further they go, the further she comes away. Clobberetta's running on very well down the outside, but Cool Passion lifted home late in the race just to keep her mind ticking.
Trainer Justin Warwick hasn't hidden his opinion of this mare. He's got a lot of time for her. She's 4 years of age now, had the 3 career starts for 2 victories and a second, and she just hit it both ends last start. As I said, it was a swoopers day on that occasion, but she jumped to the front from a wide barrier 4 and then was able to attack the line strongly late as well and holding off all the challenges. She's got the wide gate this start, barrier 11, but with her speed out of the gate, that shouldn't be an issue. She should be able to jump, cross and dictate this race, and she looks very hard to beat. Now, if she is going to be beaten, it's only a couple that can do it. Number 1, Good Morning, backs up from Saturday, but this mare's got a lot of class as well. She was beaten 4 lengths by Kenosha, but with no luck last start. Aaron Mitchell rides at just the 57 kilos, and she steps up from the 1,000 to the 1,200 metres where she's had her most success. Number 3, Queen of Choice, is first up, a recent trial winner at beating Shining Knight in that trial. Carries the 57 kilos here, but has won first up before. The David Harrison stable in good form, and has also won over the 1,200 metres, so a few ticks there. And I think number 5, Disco Metal, is the other horse that can play a part in this race. Drawn much better in barrier 4. The last 2 races has jumped from barrier 11 and barrier 12. Was beaten by Cool Passion last start by 3.5 lengths, but does get a 1.5 kilo weight swing here as well. So certainly some advantages there for Disco Metal, but I do think it is between those top 4 runners, and they are the way that I'll be selecting. Number 2, Cool Passion on top. From number 1, Good Morning. Number 3, Queen of Choice. And number 5, Disco Metal. Race number 6 at Ascot, it is over the 1,600 metres, and the previous 2 races I thought there's only been a few chances. This is one of the hardest races to pick of the day. There are plenty of horses in this race that can win and that have been showing some good form as well. One of those is number 3, Crystal Gardens. Again, it's been knocking on the door. Hasn't had a lot of luck in recent runs, but has been attacking the line strongly, and we saw that again last start, and we'll take a look at that run now.
They turn the bend, Moment of Love hit the lead, quickly grabbed by Muskets Adore. Now the Flirt lets down quickly with the run, and so does North Pace. He's come between them. Gee, the Flirt opening up at the 150, sprints to the lead from North Pace, and then Crystal Gardens running on, but the Flirt with the blinkers on draws away from them, and the Flirt too good, nearly 2 lengths at the finish.
She's been doing a lot right, Crystal Garden, but has also been finding just a little bit of trouble. Drawn wide here in barrier 10, will have to go back, but does have that turn of foot, as you saw in the closing stages there, and carrying the 56 kilos has to be one of the main chances. Now, as I mentioned, there are some horses in really good form. Shilling will run with just the 56 kilos and has been competitive in races like this, carrying 60 kilos before. Zoe Tomtea, she is so consistent. Jake Casey to rise to just the 57 kilos, and from barrier 5, she should get a dream run. The form lines around Tales of Summer, and also Carney certainly holding up here. Prentice was a winner 2 starts ago at Bunbury. Van Ripper's the one that I think will improve. Drawn wide here in barrier 12 is second up, and has only been second up once, was unplaced on that occasion, but stepping up from the 1,200 to the 1,600 metres, there should be a nice tempo in this race, and I'm expecting that he'll be able to run on strongly from that wide gate. Number 7, Frangipani Monster, also gets its chance here because it has the 3 kilo claim to Fiona Bell, so carries just the 53 kilos. Was a winner at Pinjarra 2 starts ago. Last start just beaten 3 lengths by Rodeo Drive, but that was carrying the 57. So with 53 kilos, this is another mare that'll be attacking the line strongly. And I think number 8 as well, Juicing Carrots with Alana Williams training, William Pyatt to ride. Last start was just beaten by Cushman, but attacked the line strongly, and the 1,600 metres and the way that the conditions should be playing should see Juicing Carrots play a part in this race. Let's take a look at the selections. I'm going to tip a number 6 on top, Van Ripper. From number 3, Crystal Gardens. Number 11, North Pace for Fred Kersey, which has been attacking the line strongly. And number 7, Frangipani Monster. Race number 7 at Ascot, it's over the 1,400 metres, and again a very tough race to separate all of these in the field. There are a few in some very good form, and one of those especially is at number 4, Josie's Babe. Has won 2 of its past 3, but has had 7 runs at Ascot and has only placed on 1 occasion. Let's take a look at one of those victories. It was last start at Pinjarra, just getting there in the final stages. We'll take a look at that run now.
Josie's Babe to the outside, starting its run, followed by Rancho Man, Slash and Burn getting up near the inside. Further back, Politics, 250 to go. Mixed Tip and Collared here by White House Boy, $1 down. Josie's Babe keeps coming. Further back is Politics. White House Boy at the 100 from Josie's Babe. White House Boy, Josie's Babe, drawing level, gets the upper hand, Josie's Babe, and wins it narrowly.
Well, as I said, she has been in brilliant form, winning 2 of her past 3, but that track record is certainly a little bit worrying. 7 attempts at Ascot, only placed on 1 occasion, finished second. Last start at Ascot, which was between those 2 victories, was 8 of 9. It was a tough field, but it just shows that this mare really does struggle at the track. Drawn barrier 16 and the 58.5 kilos, it is going to be a very impressive run if she's able to run in the top 3 here. Some of the other runners to take a look at, Prue's Image with a 3 kilo claim will carry just the 56.5, has won second up before as well, so I think this horse can really improve. Sky Rhythm's an interesting runner. Fred Kersey elected to go with Paul Harvey here, so has to carry the full 59 kilos this mare. She's had 6 attempts at the trap, only 1 on 1 occasion, and normally when she races well is when she's been light in the weight, so 55 kilos or under, so I'm a little bit concerned about the 59 kilos. Adam Durant has gone to Ryan Hill for Asian Lily, and for good reason too. The last 2 times that Ryan has ridden this galloper, he has won on her at Geraldton and Narrogin. The last 2 starts she's been well beaten, so maybe Ryan just has the magic touch with this 4-year-old mare as well. We'll have to wait and see, but drawn nicely in barrier 3 with the 58.5 kilos. Stormy Grace is a horse that will run on strongly, as is number 6 Bourbon Dynasty. Drawn in barrier 11 here, William Pite takes a ride. He's been very consistent, 15 career starts over his career. He's only won 1 though, and has placed on 5 occasions from there. He's had 3 attempts at the track, yet to place, but Bourbon Dynasty's one, I think, with the speed in the race that can certainly play a part in this race, be attacking the line strongly. Outside of those, Miyake Mac has been racing well, drawn well in barrier 1. His last 3 starts has only lost by 2 lengths, 1.3 and just over 2 lengths as well. That was at Bunbury last start. Sean O'Donnell had a few options in this race and has elected to go this way, which might be a good lead. And I think My Diamond Peg will improve as well. Last start was just beaten by In This Life. That was over the 1,690 metres. Now drawn wide here, but with a 3 kilo claim to Randy Tan, carries just the 53.5, and the blinkers do go on, which should see it being very competitive. Let's take a look at the selections. A tough race. I'm going with number 11 Miyake Mac. I think you'll get each way price from number 6 Bourbon Dynasty, number 1 Prue's Image, and number 12 My Diamond Peg. Race number 8 at Ascot, it's over the 1,400 metres, and like the previous races, it gets no easier. Some of the major chances are drawn out wide, or even the emergencies, and then some of the runners in very good barrier draws just haven't got the form on the line. One of those runners that is drawn out wide but is in form is number 8 Profound Effect, a winner last start by over a length. Drawn barrier 18 here, but Randy Tanner with that 3 kilo claim for Fred Kersey. It worked last start, and we'll take a look at that run now.
And down towards the inside, Jungfrau Girl in the straight, Priceless Rock booted away from McFryers. Black Grape runs on Dane Finn, and down the outside, Profound Effect with a run. Handyman coming through in the middle. Handyman, Black Grape, and now Profound Effect. It's Profound Effect sweeping past Black Grape. Profound Effect wins the last. Profound Effect drew clear to be Black Grape.
Really good performance there by Profound Effect. It was his 3rd career victory from 45 starts, so it doesn't win too often, but won in style there. But as I mentioned, it's drawn wide for this occasion, which doesn't make it easier. But some of the main chances in this race are emergencies that come from that race. So Killat was first up, lost by 3 lengths. At the moment is emergency 1, but drawn barrier 14. And Black Grape, which finished second in that race, has drawn barrier 17 and is second emergency as well, and doesn't even look like getting a run. So the form lines from this race, very hard to analyse. Of those that are running, I think number 2 Young John certainly has to be included. Aaron Mitchell to ride, so just the 58 kilos. He's finished second in its last 3 races. At last start, just beaten 1.5 lengths by Travelin. The step up in distance should certainly suit. Fabulistic has been second up on 5 occasions, yet to place, but drawn nicely, and with a 2 kilo claim to Jake Casey will carry just the 57.5 kilos. Outside of those, 0 to 60 again is drawn well, but track and distance record, 19 attempts for only 3 placings. It's hard to recommend, and Confusing's another that'll be looking for more ground. It normally wins over the 2,000 metres plus, so hard to suggest here. So it really is a tough race to analyse. I've settled on number 2 Young John here, but not a lot of confidence. I put number 15 Kalat as the second pick now. At the moment, emergency 1, but if it gets a run, I think it'll be very hard to beat. From number 12, 0 to 60, and number 8 Profound Effect, 2, 15, 12 and 8. Well, it's time now to take a look at the best bets of the card, and I'm going to go with the middle of the card here. Race number 4, I'm going with number 7, Red Paddy on top. I think it's a race you can play the Quinellas with number 5 as well, but race 4, number 7, Red Paddy. And in race number 5, going with number 2, Cool Passion. She was very impressive in her last 2 victories and should be very hard to beat again. Make sure you do follow us on social media. You can find Perth Racing on Facebook, Instagram and also Twitter, and take a look at the website perthracing.com.au. I'm Adam McGrath. Hopefully found you a couple of winners for this Wednesday card, and we're back again with another edition of Box Seat later on in the week.